Hello ladies and gentlemen. Just want to give you guys a little bit of update on what I'm doing today. So I just got home from Miami, Oklahoma. I just picked this hood up from a buddy. This is what's going to replace that cowl hood that's on the 93 hatch. But as you can see, it's been painted a few times. I can't tell if it had flames on it at one time or somebody maybe wrote a nasty letter and then it got sprayed over or what. But I'm gonna sand this thing down a little bit and then just give it a decent rattle can paint job to go with my faded black paint job that's on the hatch. So anyways, that's what I'm doing. Here we go. All right, so a quick little update. This is where I'm at so far. Kind of looks like a sunrise, but I think I took like 7 layers of paint, or maybe 6 and some vinyl. I don't know. There was like some flames and some orange and black and white and red, and then this, I think the original color was red, and then there's the primer again down there. Sanders were taking forever, so I put a little sanding disc on my grinder, which made it pretty quick. I'm gonna go over it now with a little bit of a finer grip of paint, or not paint, of sandpaper, and keep going on it. All right, guys. So I just wanted to show you what I got going on here. Last night I got all the old color off, sort of. There's about 7 different layers of paint. I kind of got it down to metal and base coat red. I don't know, whatever it was originally. And now I'm just, I wanted to make sure or see how bad that this stuff was going to show through the paint. So I just kind of laid down a couple layers of primer here. I'm going to wait for it to dry and kind of take a look at it. And then, because I'm probably going to do 2 coats of primer and then 2 coats of like gloss black. It's just rattle can. Like I said, I'm not trying to do anything perfect. It's going on my daily driver that is sun faded and everything else. So I just want to get that cowl hood off before I start driving that thing on the streets. So I'm going to take a look at this and see how well it looks after it dries. And then I'll probably go ahead and finish painting it if I like it well enough and go from there. So far, it's kind of hard to tell through like the tiger striping, but it doesn't look terribly bad other than where it's drying. Like I said, I'm no professional by any means. I'm barely a mechanic, and I'm sure as heck not a body person. I do not like sanding. I definitely don't like, prepping for paint and whatnot. So this is just a little rattle can job I'm gonna do and throw it on that car. All right. All right, guys and girls, here is the hood. I primed it the other day, and then yesterday I went ahead and just spray painted it black. It looks terrible, I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. Right now the ultimate goal is just to get that cowl hood off of the black car. So that's what I'm gonna do now. This will be plenty for what I need it to do. Most likely what'll happen is once I get my air compressor going, I will take it, I'll get like a good DA or a good sander and sand it all down, back down to bare metal, because you can super see like that paint and junk that was still on there. But anyways, right now I'm gonna go ahead and pull the hood off of the black car and swap it over. Alright, so first thing I gotta do here, got my hood up, and I gotta remove the hood pins. I got one out already. They're very basic. Basically all you do is you just break this top nut loose, wind it up a little ways, and then underneath you would have to get this bottom nut. And then once you take the bottom nut off, this whole thing just twists up and out of the hole, and it just comes right out. I'm not going to run these on that stock hood, plus I'm just not a huge fan of hood pins. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I put this on the notch. I might try to find a better style of hood pin, or maybe have somebody repair the fiberglass, because I really just prefer not to run them at all, but we'll see. Alright, so now I got my hood pins out. I'm gonna go ahead and remove, for whatever reason this hood looks like it has nuts on this side and bolts on this other side. I don't know why they did that. The stock hoods usually just have bolts, but what I'm gonna do, I'll probably get my fiance out here to help me. I'll go ahead and remove both sides with this arm still hooked up, and then once we get them both loose, we'll just kind of lift the hood up and take it and carry it over into the garage. Alright, so now we got the cow hood off, but when I was taking it off, one of the bolts in the back was like stripped out, so that's why it looked like I was struggling a little bit. But before we put this new hood on, I'm just going to show you guys right here. These hoods are very basic. I think these are like an 8mm bolt. They just bolt right there. This thing's got a stock latch on it, so that'll be nice. And usually what I do is I try to get them over there and get it propped up somewhat to a point on the hood prop, and then add the bolts and make sure it's adjusted properly. So here we go. So guys, I noticed that on the hatch, whenever I put the hood down, it doesn't latch on anything. This thing I thought was missing, but it turns out they had just disconnected it on that other car. And what I mean by disconnected is they just removed these 2 bolts and it was hanging down. So I'm gonna snag these 2 bolts and put them on the other car. Alright guys, so I got my latch hooked back up, and I got everything pretty well lined. I'll try to show you here real quick. But the hood closes. Fairly easy even. So that was without really slamming it, just pushing on it. But this is done for now. It looks okay from a long distance, but looks good from afar, but far from good. So, but this is where it'll be for now. That's the hood I'm gonna run for now. I think probably tomorrow I'm gonna start doing, I got ball joints, struts, shocks. I think I have in links and even some tie rod ends for this, front and rear shocks, I guess. I don't really have anything else for the rear. So maybe we'll get that done tomorrow, and might have some video of that. Thank you. If you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe. Thanks.